Fee fi fo fum. Making videos about Datacrons is making me numb. It's kind of dumb. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Rhymes Things with Fum. Today we're going to talk about a shopping list for Datacrons. I'm trying to make things super easy for anyone who doesn't love Datacrons but wants to engage them a little bit, just out of obligation to their guild or to themselves, or they just want to use the resources that they've been given. They don't want to give anything more than that. This is hopefully going to be helpful. There's an infographic involved. It's great. So before we do anything, I want to say a huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support. I truly couldn't do what I do without you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. All of you are amazing. And folks, if you want to support this channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm, folks. It's a good time, even if you don't like Datacrons, even if you do. So here's the infographic, guys, and you can find this linked in my Discord server, so it's in the video description. You guys can find it there for free. Share it with your guild, hoard it for yourself, collect it as a rare PDF. By Xaereth. It's an original Xaereth. I don't even know, guys, but whatever. I don't know what you guys do with them, frankly. Mostly just ignore them, I think. But go to my Discord server. In the video description, there's a link. It's a good time. And so let's actually, here's a slightly more zoomed in version of it. And you know, this is just, we've got 7 Datacrons here, guys. It's a list of, here, I'll turn my face off for just 1 second. You can see right where my face was in order of priority. So it goes from left to right. And these are the Datacrons that, if people don't want to play with Datacrons, I get it. I truly do, folks. Here's the thing, though. To me, I think that, so they give us these resources, and everyone's got at least some Datacron materials. I'm not saying you have to invest in them. I mean, I think you would potentially get a pretty good edge if you did, and you might actually enjoy the game a little more, to be honest. But I'm not here to preach the virtues of those right now. What I'm trying to do is help you maximize the resources you have, because if you have some Datacron materials, hopefully you can, some people just go in and delete their Datacrons, and that's fine too, I guess. The thing is, at this stage, they've been around for long enough. It feels a little bit like if the game gave you Zetas, for instance, which it does, and you said, I'm just not going to play the game with Zetas anymore. I'm not going to play them anymore. We're just not going to play it. Like, you can do that, and that's fine. I'm not going to fight you. However, you're not optimizing your roster with it. And similarly, Datacrons are going to have a similar impact to you. And that's why I have this shopping list, is so that you can say, okay, I'm only going to get 1 Datacron for this whole set. What should I get? And so you can just go from left to right and say, okay, I don't have Galactic Legend Ray. What's the next most important one? Okay, I don't have Kylo. What's the next one? Oh, I do have Ray. I'm going to get that one. So that's kind of the goal. There's also on the bottom, you can see, it says the best level 3s and 6s. Just pretty dumbed down. I mean, I don't want to give you lots of options. I just want to give you a couple goals to shoot for, and that's it. And otherwise, here's the stats to chase. If you want more granularity, folks, I do have a bigger infographic, and that is right here. You can see that's also found in the infographic channel on my Discord server, right pretty close to where this one is going to be. But one way or another, folks, this one has a lot more granularity. You can zoom in and get all the information you want. I have a video on that already. You guys can look it up. I did that at the start of last conquest. But anyways, this one is hopefully less overwhelming and will hopefully be a little more approachable to you guys. This one, the new one, the cool one. It's cool. It's not cruel, that's for sure. Okay, so let's just talk about these just pretty briefly. I want this video to be fairly short. I just want to give you guys kind of just let's be honest, guys. These infographics take me forever to make, and the videos really don't get a lot of views compared to other ones. This is something that I know the community really does get a lot of use out of, though. This is a labor of love. This is me trying to make something that's going to be helpful to the community, for the community, whatever, so that the people who don't watch videos but want to engage in Datacrons, or they don't want to engage much in Datacrons, so they're not going to watch a video, they can at least get something out of it. And I hope that is what this resource turns into, folks. So let me know if you guys think it's a terrible idea. I mean, let me know. I wouldn't mind being set free from having to make these kind of videos, but though I doubt we're gonna stop making them. So anyways, one way or another. Okay, so number one priority, Galactic Legend Leia. Here's the thing, the Drogon Kron that goes with her is very strong in 3s. I expect in 5s there will be quite a few other counters, but in 3s it is, there's only a couple things that can beat it, and it is extremely strong. And what you want is the light side buffs one, so you're getting the offense up, crit damage up, etc. So you're getting lots of damage on everyone, but then you're also you're reducing damage if you have 50% or more turn meter. You get your damage reduced by 75%, and then the Drogon one gives him like a bonus turn. He does some cool stuff, and then you just want defense and health. It's pretty good. I mean, I know that not everyone has Leia yet, so if you don't have Leia, move on to Supreme Leader Kylo, who is probably the main way to counter Leia in 3v3. Like I said, I expect there to be a few other counters in 5s, and I don't even know if Kylo's going to be a counter there, but I do know in 3s it was very important. And getting that Ufu Kron to 200% defense stacking was really important. Being able to just not take as much damage while you slowly ramp enough damage to take him out is really good. It should be noted, you do need your Kylo to be faster than Leia for it to be a consistent counter in 3s. I don't know how 5s is going to work. It might be that way as well, but I think we might use other things. But if you only have one Ufu, or if you only have one Datacron, honestly, the Supreme Leader Kylo one with a ton of defense stacking is fairly obnoxious, and it's going to beat you, or beat a lot of teams for you, including Lord Vader. I used it against Lord Vader recently, and it's amazing. It's like, wow, he just doesn't do any damage to me. So let's move on. Galactic Legend Ray. So you can do a couple of them here, guys. I think the best one, I want to just make sure there's not too many options for people, because I feel like that's the thing. Like, why don't I just want to give people the best options possible, right? So for Ray, especially if she's on defense, the 200% defense stacking, when you can also get defense on the Kron, is just like it. I think it just beats Starkiller. Starkiller might stop being an option. I was running Starkiller, and at some point I was like, I'm just not doing any more damage, and then eventually I just died. She bludgeoned me to death because you just can't. You can't do enough damage to him. Remember, folks, all of the Ufu Krons, unaligned Force users, are dark side, so you have to use the level 3 dark side. So you can do dark side buff. You can do whatever dark side. I guess it doesn't really matter on that one. I like to put the dark side buffs just in case I want to use it for a different team or something, but you can do whatever you want on the level 3, to be honest. But you do need the 200% defense stacking. The other one that might be okay for her, which I mean, I think it is good, is the one where she gives stats to herself and the person she targets, and other Ufus do the same, which so she goes well with Jedi Training Ray, because they both target other characters on the team, and you know, she gives herself defense and offense, etc. She's like, these Krons are crazy strong, folks. Honestly, I was very surprised at how strong the stacking defense was. The other one builds a little bit slower, but you have a little bit more versatility because it gives you offense. And almost all of the stats, all you really want is defense and health. Defense, health, maybe crit damage, and defense. Defense is just too strong of a stat, though. Okay, so Starkiller. Remember, folks, in 3s, the team is fairly static. It's just with Mara and Emperor Palpatine, etc. And Riposte is really strong because once Starkiller gets a turn and does a special, then after that, every time he assists, which he does a lot, he's going to be hitting under protection, which is a very nice ability, and you can just snipe different characters and stuff. It's really cool. In 5s, it's even better because you can get the Visas Mar Cron. If you get the Visas Cron, then whenever someone dies, if you don't kill her first, whenever someone dies, she immediately gets rid of all of her cooldowns, all of her stuff, that she takes a bonus turn, and then she just revives someone, basically. So, really strong in 5s. I'm excited to use her. I'm probably going to be using Plo Koon on that team as well, as strange as it is. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not totally convinced that this Cron is going to work super well. Riposte is really nice, but I don't know. The buffs that you're getting from dark side buffs is nice. I don't know if it's enough to really do a crazy amount of damage, enough damage to offset all the defense loadouts that people are taking. All right, so the Seer Malakos team, you get Riposte and you do the same thing because Malakos is always assisting, always doing stuff. The dark side buffs are really nice. The Malakos Cron, we thought that it was going to be really bad because he kind of taunts at the start of the turn, or at the start of the phase. And I mean, that can be bad in some cases, but it is actually fairly strong as well, just because you kind of get a jump on all the other things that are going on. And like, you also, for Malakos, he gets a lot of protection up from Cal and everything anyways, so this is a very good Cron as well. And I mean, Malakos just deletes teams. I'm really excited to use him this coming season. I don't know if I'm going to use him with Maul again, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so next we have CLS, but I also added ADRAD here. I don't know how many people are going to notice that it says ADRAD, but the fish, man. I mean, the 75% damage reduction just makes this team so difficult to beat because half the time they're doing almost no damage. And in 3s, that's annoying. In 5s, I think that's going to have even more crazy impact, because then you have Han and Chewie. Chewie's going to be putting guard on Han and CLS. It's going to do some cool stuff. And then you get the light side buffs, so you're doing extra damage. And it's a cool team for CLS. For ADRAD, a team that just kind of sits there and waits for a while. It waits and waits and waits. You don't want your team to die in the meantime, and having that extra damage reduction on your team is going to be really good. I know that there's a couple other good Rebel Crons like Ability Block, etc. I consider those to be a little inferior to the damage reduction Cron, so that's the one I said. You can do what you want though, guys. I don't care. Alright, finally, we have to pay no attention to the mod thing in the background. It's pretty weird. But one way or another, here guys, here, I'll make it go away. So finally we have Veer's Troopers. Iden Troopers are also really strong in this, really strong candidates, and they use the same loadout, to be honest. I don't want to overwhelm you, and I think Veer's Troopers are probably better. Honestly, I'm probably going to be using Veer's Troopers to kill Lord Vader quite a bit, at least on my alternate account, because people don't know to guard against it, because as long as you can go second, you take Watt, you take Iden, and you make Iden a little faster than Piet, and I know you have to kind of slow Piet down quite a bit to make that happen, but once that happens, so Lord Vader goes, Maul goes right after that, and then after that, well, Watt's gone already. He's already given your whole team turn meter by doing a basic, and then after that, you just get endless turn meter because of the Trooper Cron, and because every time you do a basic, you get 3 buffs, and that's 30% turn meter for everyone, and you just get endless turn meter. So Iden goes before anyone else after Maul does. She cleanses the team, and it's off to the races. Lord Vader team doesn't get a turn. Of course, if you let Maul go twice, then you're screwed. So you gotta make sure you're doing the math and stuff, and making sure if there's Canderous on the team, probably a no-go, etc. It's gonna be a very, very interesting season, and I think the Troopers are going to be a very tactical, very strong choice in 5s. It's already been a lot of fun in 3s. 5s are gonna be even better, and the 400% defense swap to offense is just ridiculous. It is very, very strong, folks. So those are the 7 that I think you should get. If you want more, you can check out, like I said, you can look at the bigger DATACRON if you want, or the DATACRON infographic on my at my Discord server. So anyways, folks, I hope this helps. I hope this works. I'm guessing that, well, I'm guessing good things. Well, let's think positively, guys. I do hope this helps your conquest and your endeavors thereof, or to, or whatnot. Folks, thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.